Hey Aries, this is TC, your guiding chariot. Welcome to your mid-month reading. We are getting ready to close out April. We're halfway. Normally I do an end of the month reading. I'm doing this a little earlier because my work schedule is kind of messing up the last 2 weeks of the month, so I need to move everything up to make space. So we're doing a mid-month. I'm changing this one around a little bit since it's kind of a different timing. So I have some oracle decks out, I have some tarot decks out, or a tarot deck out. We're going to pull the oracles to just kind of take an overview on what's going on for the rest of the month and kind of what we need to get ready for next month, and then we'll get your main message from the tarot cards at the end. Just some disclaimers, this is going to be a general reading for all Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I do encourage you to watch the videos for all your signs because these are general. Your message may come through your Sun, your Moon, or your Rising video. If you don't know your natal planet signs, you can get that done for free online, so check those out and then come on back and watch your videos. Me personally, I always watch my Sun and my Rising. I think those are the two most important, so I definitely would check out both of those. But other than that, take these messages as they resonate. Do not try to force them. If it's not really fitting your circumstances, don't worry about it. That message just wasn't meant for you. You may resonate with all the decks, you may resonate with just one of them. Take it as it comes. That's my only ask. Do not force it. All right? With that said, I'm going to tilt the camera down so we can take a peek at some cards. And let's get into it, shall we? All right, let's start here. Let's start with the Sacred Earth Oracle. So I thought this would be appropriate. We're moving into Taurus season, you know, very earth energy. So I thought we could use this oracle to see what your main focus is as we move into Taurus season, as we move into May. Spirit, what is the most important thing to focus on in these last 2 months of April for Aries? Oh, that was a really nice, easy one. Like that. All right, Aries. Oh, into it. So Aries, your big focus as we close out April is shift, transition, change. So this, I actually think, is going to be a great thing. I mean, change can sometimes be scary, well, let's be honest. But for you, for this entire Aries season, you guys have been amazing. I'm sure you guys have been feeling really up. You are in your element, in your power. I want to say you just felt in control. Not necessarily that things were going your way or you were, just getting everything you wanted because you wanted it, but you as an individual were really in your own element. You were really empowered, real comfortable with that space. Beautiful energy. So with this shift, I don't necessarily think you're shifting to the opposite. You're not going from on top of your game to the bottom of your game. That's not what's happening. But you are transitioning into a different type of energy. I almost want to say with the groundedness that comes with this Earth season, I almost wonder if your kind of go-get-em spirit is going to be kind of on hold. I feel like this is a shift because we're slowing down. Like we're shifting out of high gear, if that makes sense. So I think things are going to slow down a little bit. Not necessarily a bad thing. I almost want to say it may feel a little, I want to say stubborn, but that's not the word. Frustrating, that's the word I wanted. It may feel a little frustrating because I think you're still going to be running off this high coming out of your season, coming out of, all this kind of like feel-good, empowered energy, and now we're kind of like slowing down the momentum a bit. I don't think it's a bad thing. This may just be, shifting into a time of planning. But yes, definitely coming into a shift of a different dynamic. So, if any of you feel iffy about that, if you're like, oh, I don't want that to stop, you have 2 weeks to really bang out all the things you want to bang out. So if there's some things you want to get off the ground and get rolling, these are your 2 weeks to do it, because I think once we hit Taurus season, things are going to mellow out a little bit for you, or at least going to shift gears. You're going to be going in a different direction. But I think for a lot of you, it's just the pace is going to take a step back a little bit. All right? Doesn't mean you can't accomplish anything, but it's not going to be at the rate you've been working. It won't be as I don't know why passionate's the word that's coming out. But I think passionate in a sense because you guys are very impulsive, all this fire energy. I think you'll have to be a little more calculated come Taurus season, come April, or come May, sorry. All right, Spirit. What animal spirit is going to be helping to guide Aries as we move into Taurus season? Who is helping them through the last 2 months, or 2 weeks of April? All right, so you guys got squirrel. A reminder to always be prepared. It's almost like you're moving into a period when you're starting to stockpile your nuts. All right, you are the expert of hard work and hard play. Yes, your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future, and life will give you all you need. Didn't I talk about having to be in planning mode? So yes, I love that this is speaking to hard work, hard play, because I think that's a lot of what happened in April, and that's a great thing. So don't lose that just because we're moving into a planning phase. Just because we may have to move at a slightly slower pace come May, doesn't mean that you lose that drive and lose that motivation. You're still going to be a powerful player, Aries. We're just going to be moving in a little different fashion, all right? Okay. All right, Spirit, what is the most important thing that Aries needs to know for the last 2 months of April? All right, so first card out. Oh, look at that. I'm into that. All right, so 6 of Wands. Beautiful. This is recognition. This is success. Like I said, you guys in your own season were on fire. It doesn't surprise me one bit. We also have the 8 of Cups, so separation. I think to me this is real. Well, we'll see what the next card says. That might give us a little more insight. But off the top of my head, to me, this separation, to me this is really separating yourself from, I almost want to say, some type of version of yourself you thought was real. Like, I think this recognition really gave you a big boost, Aries. I think it made you feel really good and really confident about what it is, either what it is you're working on, you know, the person you are, the person you're becoming. I think you've really been kind of boosted in a way, whether by yourself or by others. The recognition here, this could be others boosting you, or this recognition making you have a better self-image, and it's made us leave behind a lot of, I want to say, like a lot of limiting beliefs. So I think this is a great energy that we're coming out of as we kind of close out the month. Now, we've got the 4 of Cups. So we've got some regrets. I think to me this is more so just the looking back on the past, looking back at who we've been, how we've been. You know, I'm kind of drawn to this rat, so I almost wonder if some of these behaviors that we're separating from, I almost wonder if they were a little, you know, were you a rat? Were you a little shady? Not necessarily what it means for everyone, but I feel like some of these old beliefs were, and they possibly were, you know, to get ahead, I'm going to have to step on others. And possibly just by being your best, you've seen that that's not necessarily the way. You don't have to step on others. So that may be relating to somebody. And I'm not saying that you were like some sneak or some bad person. Like, that's not what I'm saying. You know, we all have tendencies inside of us. And it may not even be that. But I'm just sharing because I'm being drawn to this rat. So I almost wonder, you know, if there was some sneaky deekies going on, and it may not even been your sneaky deekies. It might, someone else could have been the rat and you're separating from them. You know, this could have been a business partner that was maybe taking advantage that you have overcome and you're now stepping out on your own. So this could manifest in multiple ways. So I'm just throwing these things out so you can kind of take it how it comes. But lots of moving on. Here you are, still in control, magician, possessing all the aces, possessing everything he needs, bending the universe to your will. So we're still in control. I love this. All right. 7 of Cups. So 7 of Cups sometimes can be confusion. To me, I think this is more about options. This is more about, you know what else I love about this? So all 7 of these cups kind of reside in the day. You can see the sun down here and the moon up here. All of these cups kind of reside in the daytime, which means they're lit up. So these aren't secrets anymore, which is why I don't necessarily see confusion. But the fact that it's all in the light area You know, it's kind of like you see all these options, but now it comes down to, so which cup do I drink from? Which one is the right one? How do I prepare for the cup I'm going to take? You know, so I think you've done very, very well throughout April. Very, very well. You're in a very strong position. I think you went through some major realizations, possibly some healing for some of you, but definitely realizations here. And you guys are still in this very, I almost want to say Aries season was really about to get you into power. Like, you were in power the whole time, but now you really like own it. Now you kind of understand and see, yeah, oh my God, I am the freaking king, right? And now you're sitting in your throne. You're like, oh, now what do I do? You know, like which task do I tackle first? How do I prioritize this? Oh, and then look at that, 9 of Wands. So maybe this is why I want to say stubborn. This can be a very stubborn energy. To me, this is also a very, I'm gonna put dedicated as a word I want to use. It's a very dedicated energy. You're standing firm, you're taking a stance, you're holding your place. And I think this is where that shift is coming. As we move into Taurus season, you know, this season you really got to start a lot of things. You got a lot of new, it was very exciting, you were moving. When we get to Taurus season, you're not going to be moving as quickly. You are going to have to stay and work on something. And it may feel a little exhausting, a little frustrating, because you're not moving. You know, that fire in you wants to keep going and keep going. Now you're going to have to really work on those things that you were helping to build, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I don't want to make it sound like it's going to be such a drag. This is something you were passionate and wanted to create, but now you have to kind of like put in the effort. You've built it, you brought it into fruition, it's physical now, but now we have to like maintain it, do the work, tend for it. You know, and I think this is the little more monotonous tasks, if I can put it that way. So again, not a bad thing. These are options you wanted. Now you have them. Now we have to like cultivate and take care of them. That's really all this is saying. We're just shifting out of this high pace, and it's going to slow down a little bit, but we're still working on those things that we care about. So it's not going to be such a drag. Sometimes the 9 of Wands can feel really worn down and like, ugh. I don't think that's the case. I think it's just now we're just not moving as quickly. All right, Aries? But super exciting. A lot of good, I really want to say off of these, I think a lot of good things happen for you in Aries season, whether you realized it or not. But it sounds like you guys had some nice revelations about your environment, who you are, who you're becoming, who you ultimately will be. And now we're just kind of fine-tuning and working on the details. Now we have the big picture, now we're getting the details, all right? This is also not natural for an Aries because you're a cardinal sign. I'm a cardinal sign as well, so I can relate. We're good at the starting. We're good at the creating and initiating things. When it comes down to the, oh, now we have to see it through, that can sometimes be a little challenging because we always want the new. We want to start, you know, something different. So that may be where this is kind of speaking to the shift. We're going to have to shift gears a bit. But you totally can. Just keep motivated, keep that passion, keep that fire burning, all right? Okay, Aries, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for joining me. As always, thank you for the likes, comments, subscriptions. If you're not already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. We do this every, well, I feel like we get sign videos almost every week here. Usually we'll get 3 weeks and then 1 week kind of just the dailies, but we do have dailies, so we're here together every day, so come check those out. If you want to connect with me, you can always leave a comment leave a comment or question in the comment section. You can DM me on Instagram at The Guiding Chariot. If you want to book a private session, all that info will be in the description box. All right, my lovelies, take care. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.